Hello, welcome to today's session as we keep looking at NNPC interviews and put our hands together and prepare ahead for it. Today, we're going to be discussing frequently asked questions. Some of these questions are questions that we've been getting from your comments on our page and on our YouTube channel. And even though we've replied to some, we still feel that some of you need this. And then we would also open up avenues where you could ask more questions or ask your questions, and we're here to provide them. Be rest assured that as much as we can, we're getting some of the information we're sharing with you with credible research, and wherever we do not have the tangible information, we will try to seek the knowledge of people who are in the field that you are also planning on getting into. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing certain questions, including the expected remuneration for at least graduate trainees. We're going to answer questions around do you get stipends if you attend the NNPC interviews for transportation? And then we're going to look at some of the questions that have been coming from our comment sections, like you can see on your screen. So let's get along, but don't forget, after this, if you still have questions, do drop them. We'll be looking at around 10 questions and 2 extras. So let's see what we can do. But if at any point you have questions, drop them in the comment section and we would see what we can do. And then, of course, your other people would also leave comments and then we would learn together, right? So let's look at the questions we have today and answer them. So the first question is from Samson Okon. Samson, you were asking, thank you very much for the education. Please, I need some clarification. We are told to come with original copy of our documents with one set of copies, but CV wasn't included in the documents required. So the question is, would there be any need for CVs? It was not included in documents. Well, in the past, candidates were usually told to come with copies of their CV. And that's because you are going to face, you're going to be sitting with some set of people and they would ask you questions. Then in the past, each of them would need a copy of your CV. So in a previous video, I was talking about the number of copies you're told to bring indicates to give you an idea of how many people will be seated in the panel that would interview you. But now that they didn't accurately state it, I think CV is still part of your document. So even if they did not state it, to be on the safe side, you should carry some copies of your CV. Well, if you get there and they end up needing it, you can provide it. If you go there and they do not end up needing it, there's still no problem, right? But if you're still sure, maybe you can confirm. I don't know the last set, if I can't recall now, but just confirm. But to be on the safe side, there's nothing wrong with going with copies of your CV. It's just how much to print them out, and then you have it. If they do ask for it, you can present it. So that's the answer to this. Would HND holders be needing transcript during the interview? You would not be needing any special transcript. Only what they need is your certificate, right? So the certificate from your school confirming that you have graduated with this at this level, that's just what you need, right? So you don't need to go and get your transcript from your school. If they do need that, I think that would come after you have gotten the employment. So is there transportation compensation for attending the interview? A lot of people have been asking about this. So yes, NNPC is going to give you something like a stipend for attending the interviews, but it would not come immediately. As part of your registration process or accreditation process, when you go for the the interview, you're going to be requested to write down your account details, right? So, but that money does not come immediately, it does not come the next day. It will probably take a while, but you would get the compensation and you know that, oh, this is for your transportation for coming for the interview. So what is the job description of a graduate trainee? So right here, I have put down what you need to know about the graduate trainee. This is just basically your work. But just to add to that, just like every other graduate trainee role in any organization, your duty is dynamic. You are there to learn, right? They are there to train you, arm you with knowledge. So you are not, you're not specialized. They're not giving you any specialized department or specialized duties. You're more like in a supporting role and learning in the process, right? So that is what you're going to be doing. But already stated by NNPC, they are saying that you as a trainee, when you're accepted or given the offer, you support the implementation of the organizational processes, you deliver cost-effective business outcomes, you support line managers and supervisors to develop and implement strategic work plans across diverse functions, you support delivery of project team assignment. So like you can see, almost everything here is talking about support. So if most of you who did industrial training or IT, right, as you call it, so you just know that when you're doing your IT, ideally you're really under somebody learning, and so that's like supporting them to achieve their aim. So that's what you really be doing as a graduate trainee. So how long does NNPC interview last? So the average time for an NNPC interview when you walk in is usually from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. So everybody, depending on the panel they send you to, you'd have about 15 to 30 minutes. And it also depends on how well you're talking and how well they want to know more about you. And most times, aside maybe when you're having issues and they're giving you time to comport yourself and all that. Ideally, if your interview is taking longer, it probably means they are getting good impressions from you and they want to learn more stuff from you. So why you be happy to leave so soon? Well, don't be too happy that you're leaving so soon. So try as much as you can to present yourself. At this point, of course, if you have further questions, please drop them in the comment section. Or if you're learning something, let me know you're learning something in the comment section. I need to ask, what are the 7 divisions in NNPC? I counted only 5 from their side. This particular thing has been a question over and over again. So on the front line, right, NNPC has 5 business-focused divisions. And those are like the divisions they usually flaunt. So the upstream division, downstream, gas power marketing, gas and power marketing, refineries group, ventures, right? And they have 2 non-business focused divisions, finance and services. So even in these their services, I think that's where their corporate functions, their, what's it called now? Corporate social functions, right? I think it's the services department that handles that in a way. So a lot of people, as far back as when Ibe Chukwu, what's this man's name? I think around 2016, he was the one who was trying to clarify that. A lot of people say, oh, NNPC has 30 companies, you understand? They're not 30 companies, they are not this. So he tried clearing the air, and he was the one that made it clear that it is 7 divisions, and out of that 7 divisions, 5 are business focused divisions, while 2 are service-based and they are not really focused on generating revenue or all of those things, right? So in order to further prove what I am saying, right, let me share this with you so this could help us. And this is from Punch newspaper. So let's see something from Punch newspaper, and where one of the NNPC officials was trying to clear the air around this. Okay, so here you have it. This is from Punch, so at least it's a credible Nigerian newspaper. And yeah, this was in 2016 when Ibe Kachukwu writes, like I was stating. Then you can see that Ibe Kachukwu was the group managing director of the corporation as at then. So he was explaining the different subsidiaries but we're not here to read everything, but I just want to point you to these 3 paragraphs. So he was saying that under that phase, we have 5 business focus divisions. The upstream, so you can see the upstream is one, which you used to call E&P. So upstream used to be called exploration and production. The second one is the downstream, the gas power marketing, that's in the gas power marketing, which is a pull-out from the E&P, the refineries, which is basically for all the 3 refineries, and then, of course, ventures. So you can see the 5 business focus for every other little company that is here and there, thrown all over the place, right? So the ventures will act like the incubation center where you nurture these companies, right? So we have so those 30 companies are like the 30 subsidiaries, but then look at this other paragraph where I highlighted. He added, if you look at the companies that will come underneath these divisions, we have a total of 20 firms on the board. We had about 15 before, so only about 4 or 5 are new introduction. These subsidiaries are already there. We only added a few among earlier divisions that I've given you. So among those divisions, he stated in the other paragraph I read, those 5, he said we also have finance and services. So these are 2 divisions, and that brings it to 7 divisions, but 5 are business focused, while the others provide services. So that is it. NNPC has, what's it called now? 7 divisions, but 5 are business focused, and that is why it's the ones you actually really know about. And then the other ones are what's it called? Service focused, right? So the next question, please, do they interview multiple people at once? From the best of our knowledge, no. Each person will face their own interview. And this has also caused that some people, on the day of your interview, some people get interviewed into evenings like 5 p.m. and the rest. So you have to face your panels on your own, right? So this brings us to the next question, which I just pointed out. Do people get interviewed at late hours? So it also brings us to what I was saying. People have reported that their interviews were around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. So you have to also be ready. And I also think to an extent, you have to report on time on the day of your interview so that you can start your accreditation. So because I think they would follow the sequence of first come, first served. So come in on time and try to also prepare your mind, because by the time you're staying till 5 p.m., you might already be fatigued because you've been there since morning. So just get ready, get prepared, just prepare your mind and try not to get fatigued or tired by the time it's your turn, so that you can still give your best. If possible, don't forget to carry stuff with you that maybe you could bite or you could drink something, or maybe there might, just have your plans prepared, right? So prepare for this. So thank you so much for this. Please, it says something about coming with conventional certificate. I want to ask, is statement of results from a reputable university a conventional certificate? Yes, your statement of results is a conventional certificate. So I want to be sure that I'm getting what you mean by statement of results. So statement of results is like that certificate, or like a document that your school writes your name, they have their letter-headed paper and say so person has graduated from this school. If that is what you're referring to, yes, that can serve. And I think maybe when you're brought in, they might not ask for more. The original, they cannot ask for the original. But if you have the original certificate from your school, please go with that. Please go with that so that you don't stress your accreditation process, or they don't just use that to waive you up. So I am a medical laboratory scientist. How do I go about this interview with a little difference in our core functions? So you're a medical laboratory scientist. I really do not know which of the processes you're going through. Is it experienced hire or undergraduate trainee. So if you're the person that asks this, please leave a comment leave a comment. Is this experienced hire or you're going in as an graduate trainee? So, but just to weigh in, for you, you're going to fall in maybe under the medical group, right? So don't expect to go on a platform. So they probably will find you something in the lab, or it could be their medical lab, or it could be their gas lab, or those oil lab and all that. So, but since if it's graduate training, makes it easy because you will be trained, whatever they want you to do, whatever department they will put you in, you'll be trained before you. So they're not just taking you inside there. So, but what you need to understand is how relevant is your skill or your study to NNPC. So it's not just about being a medical laboratory scientist. Do you know how this applies to NNPC? So I have just given you an instance with, so yours is medical laboratory science, is not even the technological part. So you're most suited now for the medical part. So I think that's even out of it, right? So I think if it was science lab technology, you get science lab technology, you could have some flexibility. You could either be in the gas lab, oil lab with the right training and put you to oil. You could also fall in their medical lab. But for you, I'm thinking the best place is you're going to be in the medical group. So just prepare towards that direction. I thought NNPC has 5 division and 21 subsidiary. Can someone help me? So I think it's the same thing. I've tried explaining that. But of course, please feel free to do your further research and try to justify whatever answer you find. But from the best of our knowledge, it's still 7, but I think 5 are the ones that are mostly talked about. So I am a medical lab. Okay, is this coming to us? Okay, sorry. So what's the annual salary range for NNPC graduating? I think this is the question everybody is looking for. I saw something online from a blog and they were saying graduate trainees in 60,000 naira at NNPC. That's not possible. Do you know what NNPC is? No, they are not paying you that amount of money. So your annual, so I won't say the annual because there are some other bonuses might be applied. So, but your monthly, as a graduate trainee at NNPC, you're going to be earning anything from 150 to 200, right? So I don't think you're earning anything less than 150. Then let's even considering this new minimum wage that has been increased, I think it could even be better. But I don't think you're going to be anything less than 150. For graduate trainees, I don't know if you'll be asked what is your salary expectation, but I think experienced hires, it's possible that you'll be asked. So for graduate trainees, if you're looking for a good figure, you could use 180, could use 200, you could even do 250 and you'll be safe, right? So, but for experienced hire, you now know how to mark up yourself. But for graduate trainees, your range is 150, at least from the data sources we have, from the people we've inquired from past years, right? So it's maybe with this new minimum wage addition, so there you have it. So we're still open to receiving questions. We're still open to answering your questions. And please be polite with us. Be nice to us. We're trying as much as we can to bring this information. If the answers are not coming on time, please be patient, and as much as we can, we would help you through your process. And please don't forget, when you are successful, don't forget to come back and give us your good news, and also help us share these videos and information. Thank you so much. Any question, drop them in the comments and I will be here, and my team will be here to help you through. So we really appreciate. Thank you so much. And with that, thank you, right? Thank you. So people who will be starting next week. We're still looking forward to you. If you need coaching session, if you need one-on-one coaching session, mock interview coaching session, please contact us. Our details will be in the description, right? Our details will be in the description. Thank you so much.